right, man. Let's check out this brother. He talking about his battle with colorism. We don't talk about black men going through colorism. It's all about black women going through colorism or women in general. So I think this should be interesting. We ain't supposed to have no feelings. We ain't supposed to, say nothing. We just supposed to be men. We supposed to just work till we die and not complain. Work and die. Work and die. We're not supposed to have feelings. Work and die.
I had an Aunt Bessie. That devil lived to be about 95 years old. I don't know why devils live a long time. The lady was a devil, man. Aunt Bessie didn't like dark-skinned kids. And my parents sent me to the family reunion. They didn't go. They sent me with my aunt and uncle. Nobody to fend for me. And Bessie had a field day with my little black behind. I was, as you can see, chocolate brother, so I was a chocolate kid. And growing up in Mississippi to a fair-skinned lady who hated dark-skinned children. And this stays with me because oftentimes people are like, oh my God, you're so handsome, you're so beautiful. And you're hearing it from me. I don't see what people see. I'm just being honest. I just don't. And here's why. I had one encounter after another that will cause mental and emotional pain, that will scar you. So by the time I was 31, I felt like I lived to be 50 because it was just compounded pain. So we at the family reunion, house full of kids, everybody's eating pizza. I grabbed my pizza. Bessie said, "You gonna sit your black ass right out there with Penny. You can't eat in my house." I'm 8 years old. And I said, huh? She said, "You cannot bring your black ass in my house. Sit out there with Penny." Penny was a dog. Penny was midnight black. I can still see the little boy today sitting on the step eating a piece, and nobody came and said, "Bessie, you're wrong."
So shout out to dog. Yeah, it's tough. You know how many stories black men have, maybe not to this hard of extent, or some people got worse stories. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing about it. We suffer in silence. We suffer all the time. It's stuff that you can't talk to nobody about. Then if you find, you find a female to talk about, or let's just say you find a parent to talk about, they want to act like that didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? They want to act like your recollection is wrong, or it's just, it is what it is, right? I did the best that I can, speech, whatever, right? So I feel them. Because as a black boy, don't nobody care. Once you, like I talked about this, once you turn from 12 to 13, you become 13 years old. I mean, hey, shit, you just a nigga that's living around the house. Why you ain't got out and went to war or got your own stuff yet? That's how they start looking at you. Don't nobody care about the trauma that you go through. And they talk to, then we get out there and they, oh, why you dog women the way you dog women, or you date white women because your mother didn't love you. Well, maybe that's the case. I didn't get enough love. Maybe, a lot of these dudes are hypersexual that y'all run into because they were touched or they was harassed. Nobody asks. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's just we seem to be the problem. This man said this woman made him eat outside because his skin color, eat his pizza with a dog. And nobody came to his defense. In Mississippi, where you close, like I was just telling somebody on the live, man, them Southerners, them raccooning and buffooning, it's beyond me. I don't get it. I legit don't get it. Y'all so close to racism and 2 steps away from picking cotton again in Mississippi. Why would you treat a brother like that? All because, Aunt Penny, probably some dark-skinned dude did her wrong 10, 15, 20 years ago, so she's take it out. Y'all be thinking that the women of the family don't take it out on the men or the young kids of the family or the young men of the family. They don't. They do. They don't look at us as family. A lot of women look at men as the opposition. Believe it or not, for every Jay and Daniel mama you got a bunch of mamas that hate their son. When they look at their son, they see the father that they can't stand. They can't separate it. Women not going to admit that. We see women, leaving their kids at the house, or you see, I had a homie where his mother and his father beat the hell out of him, man. And ain't nobody say nothing. He used to have whips on his back at basketball practice when nobody said nothing. His mother used to beat him. None of the parents said nothing, bro. His parents didn't come to support nothing for real or nothing. A lot of these parents don't care about their kids, man. You think his parents would have drove back down to Mississippi, put a foot up on Penny ass? They didn't. Maybe if it was their daughter, it'd have been a different shit. Nobody really defended black men like that, bro. And that's real talk. So y'all want to talk about how bad we are and all that. We got so much trauma that we deal with. A lot of us had to run home from school. A lot of us was sexually traumatized. D-Ray talked about his mother friends, taking advantage of him when he was a child. Y'all sit here, y'all throw these jackets on brothers, man. Or they're not articulate, or they don't know how to express their feelings, or they're not emotionally intelligent. When we talk, nobody care to listen. You tell a woman your problems, it becomes about them. Well, I remember this one time, they never care about your problem because they're not solution-based. Women are solution-based. Women are just built to complain. Because when you give a woman a solution, they get mad. They don't want a solution. So how if she don't want a solution to her problem, why she going to want a solution to mine? You know what I'm saying? So you really got nobody to confine to. So it's really you eating that trauma. You see, he said women call him handsome all the time. He said, I don't see it because they traumatize me. But you got to understand, if our women in our community, right, they have a problem with us, whatever we do, it's a problem. We stay in the community, be stepfathers, we get shitted on. We are the problem. We make our own kids and try to stick there for our kids and get shitted on, we the problem. We say we're not going to have kids and we the problem. We go get passports, we the problem. We go get Becky, Amir Cash, Lee, Jen, whatever, we the problem. We the problem. Only time we not the problem is when we part of the rainbow gang. They love us when we part of the rainbow gang. They love us so much, they still have sex with us. We want to know why so many DL brothers blame black women. Don't nobody coming to help us, bro. It's hard to find a good black male therapist. Like I said, how female therapists gonna help you? They can't find a solution to their own problems. Just keeping it a bean. So, yeah, I feel for this brother, man. I really do. Had to eat outside with an animal. Another black person did that. Another black woman did that to him. And then if he turned around and say, you know what? This is why I'm not saying this is the case. He said, this is why I don't date black women. That's a very good point. That's a very good reason. If he did, that's a phenomenal reason why. They treated you like this, and this is just part of his story. I'm pretty sure he got more. Because he said people traumatized him. Is he wrong? If everything that bad happened to your life happened and a black person did it to you, is it wrong for feeling a certain type of way? Just ask him. So imagine the trauma that guys that can't speak, they ain't scared to talk about it. They can't. So it's a burden telling somebody something and what they gonna do about it. Most of our women want us to meet them at the finish line. They don't want to do no work. They don't want to help you with your trauma. They don't want to help you go the right way. They don't want to help you find peace. They don't want you to figure it out. Think about Antoine Fisher. Every time I feel like I want to give up on life, I watch that movie. I can admit that openly. I have before. It was another man who pushed him to go find his family, what was bothering. It was another man. It wasn't a woman. The woman was kind of supporting him. But it was Denzel Washington character, his therapist, that pushed him. And those are too few far in between. Just keeping it real, too few far in between. So it is what it is, man. Appreciate y'all. Check out the entertainment playlist, the viral playlist. Hit the link in the description. Join the Patreon. Appreciate the love, support. Want to donate? Just share the video, subscribe, and join the Patreon. Peace.